Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin live at Daytona. Here with my co-host Dakota.
It's the Daytona boys, guys. We're live, Florida. It's amazing. I'm free and doing whatever I want.
All right, let's do it.
What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Pulling it up.
All right, here we are at the Daytona crib. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Dakota doesn't want me to lean in across him because he's homophobic. What's up, guys?
Dude, we got the boys here. The Daytona crew's ready. Local alumni of the show, Nathan Grant, and our boy, J. Ozzy Osborne. Justin's in the house. Logano fan, very hot topic of the night. Logano, we'll get there. But guys, we're in Daytona. What are y'all thinking? I mean, we got the bachelor pad with a very good, creditable recorder of a camera woman, Snake Wife. But the bachelor pad's in full motion. We're in Daytona. We already shut down Hooters. Been there, done that. The track looks great. We have a local in-race reporter of Justin here. Justin, this was your first time since the revamp being at Daytona, right?
Yeah, there's been the last time I've been to Daytona was back in 2006. It's been quite a long time since I've even been here, So to even come back, I've never even been to the Daytona 500. So I knew when I was going to do this, I was going to do the whole thing. So I was going to come in, do the duel, go in the infield, and party like hell, and have a good time this weekend.
Hell yeah!
So
and then Rattlesnake, this was your first time ever, right?
This is my first Daytona. This is my first Daytona ever. I'm fucking pumped. We went to Hooters, had a great time at Hooters, saw everybody. All the other NASCAR podcasters are here. I mean, it's nuts.
We saw some of the boys at Hooters. I think we all know why we were there. Hooters was great.
For the wings.
The wings are spectacular.
The thighs weren't bad either.
Hooters thighs and, Daytona or, lemon pepper, be what you may. The wings are great at Hooters. I recommend that you go to Daytona Hooters. The track outside, just from outside appearances, never fails. Night racing, the lights are lit. It just looks great. Justin got to go to the infield, see the cars, Nux, Joey Logano. Justin, what did you think when you first walked in the track?
Oh, I was just an amazing facility. I lit up. Beautiful. The fan zone is amazing. What they did with the fan zone, the ability to get up close and personal with the cars, the drivers, everywhere. And when you do it, I didn't know, but you can go on pit road, you can go on the infield, you can go up on the start finish line. You can do everything. So it was absolutely an awesome experience.
I will say this. I have never been to the track. I still haven't been on the track because we just went to the Hooters. Driving, what's the road right there? Right in front of the
Daytona International Boulevard.
All right, so we drove down that. They got the palm trees everywhere, and then you pull up and you see the track. For anybody that hasn't been here, like me, it is incredible. It is breathtaking. It's the prettiest track I've ever seen in my entire life.
It really is.
It is state of the art.
I'm like, I want to move
great,
here.
man.
It's just
And the thing is,
incredible.
it's like that extends to, when you walk up them steps and you go underneath the grandstand and you go in it, it's state of the art, it's modern, it is like the way every stadium, every racetrack in the world should be.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like a modern day NFL stadium.
Yeah, honestly.
It really is. Honestly, I would say it's even better than that.
It reminded me of Blade Runner. When you see the city skyline of Blade Runner with all these like weird ads and colors and like all this futuristic shit, that's what Daytona looked like to me. And I was blown away. We went to the Hooters. Like I said, everybody was there. It was fucking crazy. They had a DJ. They had a bar set up in the parking lot. It was fucking nuts. All the other podcasters are there. And it's right across the street from the track. So we're watching the duels while we hear the fucking cars running. I mean, I was just in heaven. Like, I can't remember the last time I was this happy. It's just incredible.
Baby, is there no other one? Ooh, heaven is a place.
I'm going to move here. Like,
Dude, I fucking love this whole fucking city.
I don't want to leave. Not to mention this Airbnb we got is fucking sick. We got the spot. We have Dalton Good coming soon. So maybe we'll have to do another show with him while he's here.
Dalton and Cooper.
Yeah.
Dalton and Coop Daddy gonna be here tomorrow,
from,
so the house will be full.
Yeah, so we got Chairgatin and LTC boys coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun. This whole weekend's going to be a lot of fun. We just wanted to do an impromptu episode.
Just breaking the ice, letting y'all know we're breathing, and we're in Daytona, and it will be shut down. We may not even race Sunday because this is just balls on parade, wild shit show. But, man, the duels were tonight. We had qualifying last night, duels tonight. Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, front row. I mean, who would have thunk it? I think Nathan called it earlier on with a Hendrick front row. But, you know, them Chevys are fast, but damn, it seems like them Fords are faster after tonight's duels. RFK sweeps the board. I was very pleased with what I saw tonight. What did y'all think?
I mean, I thought it was a really good. It was kind of a very old school Daytona race. You know, like we're talking early 2000s type of.
I
racing.
said that while we were in Hooters. I was like, this feels like an old school race with the finish. The
you
way
did
it
say
was.
that, yeah.
I mean, that's what it felt like. You know, I mean, you could say that the teams were playing it safe because they're trying to save these cars and whatnot. But honestly, the way the drafting is, the way they were able to pull out and pass each other at ease, it felt very early 2000s. And it was actually very easy for the cars to lose the draft. It was very easy. Cars on the tail end of the draft, if they couldn't keep up or if they didn't make the right move, because you know when they got single file and started running up, the last car was losing the lead draft like that. I'm a roller in that second duel. It just blew me away how quick when they all lined up and they took off, he was left for dust. And within 2 or 3 laps, he was within 5-6 seconds.
It seemed like, especially towards the end of the second one, it was like they were all strung out. There was like 4 or 5 cars in the lead pack, and it was like, yo, that's who it's going to come down to. Who's going to make the move? Who's going to do what? But it was like, wow, this is like kind of old school. There's just a couple guys. There's cars all over the track. They're, you know, all single file, and who's going to make a move? I mean, we'll get to the second one in a minute, but the first one, hell, we were watching it on the way. We were right up down in the truck. We were a little late, but we were talking about how they were racing the very first like 10 laps. They were side by side, and they stayed side by side. And me and Nathan were getting jitters and goosebumps talking about like, yo, they're talking about like not racing because of backup cars or whatever. But these cars look just like where we left off.
Yeah,
they look sexier even. But damn. They look fast. They look good. I'll say it. I didn't even notice the number placement. But fuck, these cars look good and they look fast.
That's saying a lot for Dakota too, because he's been a bitch.
I don't even want to mention it. But fuck, I like everything I'm seeing.
I agree.
The whole package is really just knocking it. NASCAR's hitting the ball out of the park with it.
Yeah, I agree. Everything so far has been good, and you know I like to bitch about shit.
Yeah.
And so if I don't have anything to complain about, I mean, this is fucking – everything's been good.
It's really like come full circle of like this is the next generation of NASCAR.
Yeah. And it's looking good.
As like, you know, corny as that sounds. It
really is, though. And I was very kind of against everything that they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest. I mean, everybody that watched
I was optimistic. I was kind of like,
I was pessimistic.
Like,
I'm not afraid.
I hope it's good, but like, hold on, I got some questions.
Right. Yeah, and all the questions have been pretty much answered at this point. I mean, obviously there's going to be things moving forward throughout the season because they're brand new cars. You know, we're going to have to make adjustments and things like that. But, I mean,
everything that happened in class, people breaking trains, axles, and stuff like that.
That's been the main thing. But because it was a clash, I'm not too worried. I have confidence that they can make those adjustments.
And even then, Tyler Reddick on NASCAR Radio admitted that he probably broke the car.
Yeah, 100%.
Shifting and doing certain things, trying things out, see if they work.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I mean,
breaking the car.
Yeah, they don't really know the weak points of these parts and cars are yet.
Right.
Corley Joy was on his podcast was saying that, you know, they would try to warm up the tires, they'd push in the clutch, rev it up a little bit, dump the clutch, and just spin the tires.
Right.
It didn't work, and it gripped up, and when it grips up, something's got to be a weak point. When Tyler Reddick dumped the clutch, the transaxle was the weak point, and it just popped it.
Yeah.
And they're not going to know that not to do that until someone does it.
Right. And it's like, is that an adjustment NASCAR will make or just drivers will figure it out?
I think it'll be just drivers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think.
Trial and error.
Yeah, exactly. I think all this is trial and error at this point. So we're going to figure it out. But so far, like, I've been super happy with what we've got.
Dude, I didn't, Justin, you got to see them. I'm super jealous. I envy you. But fuck, they look so good on pit road.
Yeah.
The cars look sexy as shit sitting there, rolling on track. I will commend Fox with a couple things. They were doing the front bumper cam. They were showing the cars, the wheels spinning,
dude,
and how low they looked. So fucking good.
Brad
Dude.
K bump.
They
up
look so
against-
good.
Woo.
Some of the guys were actually getting spiffy and bumping. They're bump drafting. I'm curious how that goes
That
at the
was
end of the
sexy.
500. But me and Nathan noted was there was like this fire glow out of the exhaust pipes. They kept showing as they were running like fucking too wide going in the highline, and you'd see the exhaust just glowing red. And I don't know what it is about the novice mechanic in me, but I had a chubby as soon
Novice
as
mechanic, I think it's called redneck.
the chubby, as soon as I seen that, was just like, oh my god, look how sick.
Who was it? Was it you or Nathan that said it looks like a fire-breathing dragon?
I said it first.
I love
Nathan.
that. I love it.
And that's
Fire-breathing
honestly
dragon.
what they look like. I mean, on top of the car, looking absolutely beautiful. and
Yeah,
sexy.
they look
They
good.
look good, but they're
sound
racing.
even better.
They
Yes.
sound good. Everything I've seen so far, they're
It's been
racing
good.
I'm
good.
gonna tell you,
They're racing
I'm
good.
sitting there, I'm sitting on top of the garage, right? And they're getting ready to start door number one. They're doing pace lap and everything. And we're all getting amped up. We're getting pumped up. They drop the grain and they get up through the gear going up to turn 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, it's the same beautiful sound we're all used to hearing. But I noticed something different. They come off turn 2 going down the backstretch and they are fucking screaming.
Hell
and when
yeah.
they are screaming louder, it's half a field. And they're
Yeah.
louder than a full field of
Hell
cars. Full field of cars.
yeah.
And it's only half of them, and they go through 3 and 4.
I can say
absolutely
from
screaming.
across the street at the
Yeah.
Hooters, they
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we
I
rolled
mean,
up before stage or
We rolled down
the
the windows.
second duel. We rolled down the windows. I think we all jizzed a little.
Yeah.
When we rolled up and we're like, listen to that shit. And it's one thing, it's anything when you roll at the racetrack and you hear cars on the track. Any of the race fans in us gets a little goosebumps.
Yeah.
But this was different.
Yeah.
It
This
really
was like, oh shit!
I got
you hear
so
that?
excited.
We weren't even to Hooters yet. And we were like, oh shit!
Yeah.
It
And
sounded
I'm
so
saying,
good.
Anybody who had any worries at all about how if these cars were not going to sound badass,
Yeah.
or whatever you heard through the test, put all that to bed. I'm telling you what, they came by off turn 4 for the very first time, screaming by you. It's a deep, low rumble. It's
What would
deep,
our boy
low
Cody
growl.
That's the dragon growling before.
Yeah,
it releases
exactly.
Fire out
Oh,
of the breath.
dude! I mean, these cars. It was one thing to be like next gen, futuristic. How are they going to look? How are they going to race?
Ooh, Jackson Store.
Yeah, dude. And
Yeah, right.
now everything that's happened is
Car,
like,
too.
hey, NASCAR, like you said at Hooters, NASCAR has hit a fucking home run.
Yeah.
I think we're going
Yeah.
to see a great 500.
Oh, I said a grand slam.
Grand Slam.
I'm going all the way grand slam.
I
I'm
think-
like sold 100%.
I think they've hit it out of the park,
Yeah.
and I'm very curious to how this fucking season goes. Like, I like everything I've seen so far, and it's like Daytona 500. We haven't even raced it
I
yet.
can't remember the last time I was this excited for a season.
I
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest.
I really can't wait to see after Vegas and then Homestead and Atlanta when those are going to be like the true testaments to me. After that, it's going to be like, okay, because we know it can race on a short track.
Yeah, you want some intermediates in there.
It's basically we already know it's going to work on a road course. I mean,
The thing was built for a road.
it's a
course.
road
Yeah.
course car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're seeing how well it's driving on a super speedway.
Yep.
So I think Vegas is going to kind of be a wash to me because they're going to Auto Club. They're not coming home, basically. They're going straight to Vegas.
I can
So
see that.
Vegas is going to be a note-taking race. Then
Okay.
they're going to go to Homestead in a couple weeks after that. And then a couple weeks after that, they're going to Atlanta.
That would
Yep.
be true. And well, Atlanta's going to be the mock-up junior super
Yeah,
speedway.
that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I have no idea what Atlanta's going to be like.
Yeah, that's another good point.
But I think
Yeah.
about that timeline is when we're like, this car can race it all. Hopefully.
I can't remember the last time I was this hopeful. I want this car to crush it in an intermediate track just to prove to me this is it. Like
Exactly.
this generation, I'm sold 100%.
And
That's
what's
where I'm
really-
at right now.
And what's really amazing about this season, though, is literally every single weekend, we're all going to be excited because we don't know exactly how the car's going to operate every race.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
It could go. I'm just going to say this. Just throw it out there. It can go to Pocono and put on some of the best fucking racing we've ever seen in Pocono ever. I'm just saying we go to racetrack.
Fingers crossed.
We're going to Auto Club.
The more
next
boring
year.
racetrack.
Yeah, we haven't been to
You
Auto
know-
Club in 2 years.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
What about Auto Club?
Right,
Yeah.
Pocono used to be one of the races. I kept that on DVR one day. You know, it used to be
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
It used to
Yep.
be that way. I mean,
100%.
Pocono is unique in itself, and I love Pocono, and I think it has a place on the schedule, and I think it should stay. But let's be honest, it doesn't put on the most exciting racing. It's different. It has the strategy racing, fewer mileage games. You know, it's not exciting racing.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
It's
Yeah.
not side by side racing.
No.
You have to appreciate what these guys are doing to
Yeah.
enjoy Pocono.
It's literally like what crew chief's got the plan. What
Yeah. Yeah.
what's gonna go on.
Yep.
Who brought this setup and who can make it work.
Exactly.
But hell, with the new car, we have no idea.
Exactly.
Well, and
No
this,
fucking idea.
and this brings up another great point that actually Nathan mentioned today was rookies. This is the best opportunity a rookie ever has to come into the Cup Series, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
level playing field. Kyle, we were talking about, you said Harrison Burton has the same amount of experience in this car as Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's crazy to think about. It's awesome.
Who can adapt faster is a different topic.
Right. I mean,
but
let's be real. Like Kyle Busch has more experience in racing overall.
Yeah.
But in terms of this car,
yeah.
this is the best chance a rookie's, gonna have in the next, I don't know,
Okay,
however
it-
long this car lasts.
Look at Austin Cindric. I mean,
Yeah.
how many road courses are on
Yeah.
the schedule? Austin Cindric can win any one of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Where's
this,
the road course best?
look who struggled, almost kind of struggled the most at the dirt race last year. The dirt racers. Because they didn't know how to drive
They're not used to that car.
that
on dirt.
car on
right.
dirt.
Yep.
The guys who were just learning as they go, Daniel Suarez, Joey Logano, Truex,
Kevin Harvick, top 10.
those guys who had never ran dirt races, just kind of like, okay, well, they weren't fighting old habits, basically.
Right. Because we were expecting like Kyle Larson, like Briscoe,
Bell.
Yep, Bell, yeah, all those guys. They're dirt racing guys.
Yeah.
That's a great point. With this new car, it opens everything up, especially
my liquor drink.
to rookies, which makes me very excited.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to see rookies exceed? I mean, that's
Well,
exciting.
I've been very, very good about not getting into social media comment battles with these.
You're the king of those.
With a dumbass. I haven't gotten to a single one since the championship race.
Well, nobody's commenting because you're
I
not
haven't got
here.
a single
so,
one
you
in
know.
3 weeks.
But I'll still read them, and it cracks me up
Right.
when people are like, "Yeah, that 42 looks good. Too bad it's gonna run 32nd every week." And I'm like,
It was all good to Bubba in his
it's like
race.
you don't know that. Like,
That's the thing. That's a great point. Like everything we knew about last season, the season before, all the other seasons out the window.
Ryan Priest raced a
everything.
Ryan Priest raced a Rick Ware car into the Clash. Kurt Busch didn't make it. Truex had to use a provisional, like champions.
I mean, Kurt did get dumped.
still,
I'm just saying.
still-
By his teammate.
Kurt was up front and got dumped by his teammate.
but still, like
Yeah.
champions were having a hard time.
Yeah.
making it.
It's a brand new car. Yeah. They don't know what's going on, especially at the Clash, because that was
Yeah.
a brand new track. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I'm extremely excited about everything I've seen.
Yeah. Or even like looking back at qualifying at who was fastest, like who
Yeah.
was at the top,
Yeah.
like just sheer speed.
Daniel Hemrick held the pole for all the way to the last
Yeah.
couple guys. And I mean, I think
And
he
then
got
Ross
bumped up, but-
Chastain jumps up to the top and hold like Denny Hamlin's down in 16th,
Yeah.
like straight up.
I mean, qualifying, be it what you may, is qualifying. But we all know who the fight for the front row is. But it's like, wow, even qualifying was like, we haven't seen that in a couple years.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think like 1 or 2 races last year, maybe had qualifying. This algorithm they had, we
Right.
threw that in the trash. It was so good to see qualifying back last night.
Yeah.
And we all were texting the group message like, are you fucking watching this?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. We were so
Yeah.
excited to watch qualifying. Practice on Tuesday was great. It rolls us into the next topic. Was I already saw it on Twitter tonight? Was why do we race the duels? Are the duels necessary? Should we keep the duels?
Yes.
Whoever thinks that, I think should just quit watching racing.
Okay, I was just gonna say if you're about to argue, we should
if you don't think the duels should exist for the Daytona 500, I think you've entered the realm of you're not really a NASCAR fan.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, are they pointless? Maybe, but do I enjoy them? 100% yes.
So it's a teaser. It's an
That's the
appetizer.
thing.
It's a warm up.
I love the duels.
Y'all know I'm like, it is what it is. Don't get rid of the duels.
No, that would be terrible. I love the duels. I get so excited for the duels.
I am not a traditionalist 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I hate the Brickyard.
Oh.
I'm glad they moved Daytona to the last race.
I don't know who this guy is.
We're not friends with him.
It's not a big deal to me.
Planets.
But you got to keep the duels, man. It's like a full Daytona
Speed Week. It was Speed Weeks. We'll allow Speed Week. It's Speed Week.
Speed Week.
It's like the whole. This is how this is run. And now I was pro letting the clash go on.
I'm with you at this point now. After what I witnessed, I'm with you.
Because
the clash, I'm cool with it. It was fucking awesome.
I was explaining to Dakota, okay, it used to be only the pole guys from the previous year. Okay, so you tell me the fastest guys are going to go out onto the track on probably a new package every year, and they're going to get 3 more days of extra practice. So the fast guys are going to be even faster. The Clash now is it's its own exhibition race.
Yeah.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
But keep the duels. The duels got to stay.
And I love how in the last year or two they implemented that it's points. There's points allowed in the duels
because guys wouldn't race.
Yeah.
Kind of get something.
You're going to get something out of this. Yeah. Not I guess I'll start 20th, whatever. It's no, dude, there's a reason to race for this. There's a reason to do all this. That dual win. When it comes playoff points, what do they advertise? Every point matters. Yeah. Well, that starts right here, right tonight. Exactly. The dual races, that bonus point, or whatever. I don't even really know how the points work with the dual races. But anyways, you get points for the top 10 in the dual race.
I think the duel is a stage.
Duel is a stage race. You get stage points. Whatever. Yeah. That goes towards your full season. Yeah. If you're trying to make the playoffs here, come the cutoff line is
3 points.
Yeah. 3 points last year, whatever. Is that is the difference of the cutoff line. That it matters right now.
It happens year after year after year. It comes all the way down there and says every single point matters. Austin Dillon missed it to playoffs last year to Tyler Reddick by 3 points.
Yep.
3 points. That's 3 positions.
That wasn't exciting. That was exciting, Chase.
3.
Yeah.
He could have gotten the 3 points.
Can you remember last year? That was so exciting. Who was going to get in?
Yeah. And that's what I love.
That came down to the last race. Yeah. That was so exciting.
I wanted to make this point about the brand new car. Right? The whole reason that NASCAR is doing all this is to make it cost effective. Now, they said in the first couple of years it won't be. But 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, down the line, it will be cost effective. You will see more teams popping up in the Cup Series. We will be back to where we were in the mid 2000s when it was 2005 and you had 75 cars trying to qualify for 43 spots when the duel actually meant something. When each duel was a full field of cars.
And if you would have told me this last year, I would have laughed at you because I would have been NASCAR hasn't done anything right. I don't have any faith. But after seeing the cars, I'm you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
What they're doing is right. They're going in the right direction. I'm really impressed.
But it's going to take a few years to growing pains, through things growing and evolving that where a team can start jumping into. Owners don't want to jump into with the way the business model is now and how expensive it is now.
Right.
So that's what NASCAR is trying to change to make it more cost effective so people can jump in and say, hey, I want to start a Cup team. We will get there eventually. We'll get back to having 50, 55, 60 cars attempt to qualify for the 500 to where you're going to have 20 cars miss the field. When the duel actually means
that is a bold take, Justin. That is a very bold take.
I will say.
Well,
but I really believe it will happen.
The Xfinity field is 47 people racing for 36 spots.
I mean, even jumping in Xfinity, I mean, I think that qualifying is going to be something to watch.
Oh yeah,
Just watching the qualifying for the Xfinity race.
I agree.
47 cars, it's going to
that's
be
11
a
people
nail
going
biter.
home.
That's a
Yeah.
nail biter.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, not to mention we're talking about the duels and like if it's worth to keep going. As a person that's never been to Daytona and just seeing the atmosphere here, just for the duels for Thursday, it was incredible. It was so much fun. It was
How much?
electric.
All right, hey,
Everybody was out there.
all of us driving. Look, other people have been here all week. All of us drove down today
Yep.
from Georgia and South Carolina and such.
So,
What did you think on the back of your mind was there's a dual race tonight?
yeah,
Like, oh, fuck.
it was so exciting.
Oh, fuck, there's a dual
It
race
wasn't
tonight.
like I'm just-
Like, hey, I'm not driving down here for no fucking reason because they're going to race Sunday. Fuck it, whatever. It's like, oh, they raced the Clash 2 weeks ago. Like, hey, dude, they qualified last night and there's a dual race
Yeah,
tonight.
like
I got a
can't
little
complain.
tingle in my balls about how there's a dual race tonight. I was so excited. Like, we're going to watch that. Like, I can't wait to see. I kind of thought it was going to be a little more boring than it was because I
I
thought
did too.
this whole backup car situation. No, they raced their fucking balls off, and I was totally impressed.
These cars have raced good every time I've seen them on the track so far.
I think the 500 is going to be great. There's going to be a lull. There's going to be a lull in the middle of some sort of. We got to get the end of
It's the
this
Daytona
motherfucker.
500.
We got to get the end of
I'm
this.
so
motherfucker.
sick of people being like, "Oh, it was kind of boring in the middle." It's like it's the fucking Daytona 500.
It's an
You
endurance
can't
race.
change it. Like,
And
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
okay with that.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be a great Daytona 500. I
Yeah.
really think it will be.
You put everybody out there all on the track at the same time, we're going to see a great fight.
Yeah.
I've already seen people complaining about the speeds. It's like I wasn't thinking that they weren't going 200. I was like, damn, dude, they're like going.
They look like they're hauling ass
Yeah.
on TV. Justin, you were there. On TV, they look like they were hauling
definitely
fucking
ass.
balls.
They looked
Yeah,
good.
definitely
They
get-
sound fast.
Yeah,
I can
but
say
they
that.
sound mean as shit.
People are like, it doesn't say they're going 200 mile an hour. It's like, well, they're running 2 and 3 wide, racing each other hard. I don't really care.
That's
Yeah,
a good point.
The racing looked
That's
good,
a
and
good
it was
point.
just a tease for the.
That's a good
Daytona.
point. If they're racing each other hard, like, I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't care what the number says. If they're going 80 miles an hour and they're racing their balls
Well,
off,
you don't care what.
I'm being
the-
exaggerated.
I was gonna say
Whoa,
40
whoa.
miles an hour. I might, but I do agree they are racing each other hard. The cars look good. They sound good. I mean, I have no complaints at this point, and
Hey.
I love to complain, so I'm looking for something.
At the end of the night, RFK put 2 cars at leading the duels.
Oh,
RFK, the resurgence. I love everything I'm seeing with Brad Keselowski going over there and everything they're resurging. I think it's coincidence, true. Joey Logano threw a block from hell, but Justin, we'll let you add on.
well,
that.
you jinxed him.
I did jinx him.
Just admit that you jinxed him. And
You know, I
ruined-
have wizard powers, but
Here,
RFK
okay, hold on.
just sweat the duels.
For our audience, just so you know, I did mention while we're at Hooters watching the race, I said, "Is this Joey Logano's year?"
so maybe you're Houdini.
Well, he was leading, and then
You're a witch.
and
You're
then
a wizard.
Dakota over here says Clash win, dual win, Daytona 500 win.
Boom.
As he says
And as
that,
soon as I said
boom.
that, Joey wrecked.
literally as he says it, wrecks.
I
So
said that, and Joey wrecked like in the same.
I just
corner.
brought up the topic. He jinxed him.
Yeah.
But
Justin,
he's
what
doing-
did you
but
see?
he's just doing what he, you know.
It was a bad block.
Throwing block.
It was a
Oh.
bad block.
The block,
It
and
was
he-
late.
and he admitted it in his interview. It was
But-
a bad block.
Yeah.
This is his first chance, first opportunity we've seen somebody block leading a pack of
Yeah.
5 cars. A
And
block with the new car. You know
Exactly.
how adapted is that? That's the first instance we've seen.
No one's had to do this yet. They don't know how fast it's going to move. They don't know how the car's going to react to jerking it. They don't know how the car's going to react to as they're moving, getting hit. You know, it's like the entire thing is just all
Because you
new.
look, Bush is shot out really quick out from underneath 22. And he shot out.
And I was
really quick.
surprised he made the move so soon.
I
Like
mean,
they were
he
still
jumped
in the
out there really
banking,
fast.
and you saw it coming.
Yeah.
Like you knew something's
knew.
about to happen, and Busher like dove down, and when Joey blocked, like Busher went all the way to the apron, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, and then Fox panned out, and that Joey was spinning, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
I was really surprised how it all went down. I was very impressed with how Joey's car took a licking and the car's totaled. He's going to backup, but that car last year would have been demolished.
Yeah.
This car just had like some front end damage.
Yeah.
Front end damage.
Easily repairable.
Yeah. That car will race in the next couple weeks.
It's probably
They take the whole
mechanical.
front clip off and they replace
Yeah,
it.
It's probably mechanically sound. They just need to put some new fenders, a hood, and a bumper on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it pains me that literally Logano is probably the only car in the field that's going to a backup car. But we're racing.
We were talking too because
Harrison's probably going
we
to.
knew you were in there by yourself, and we're like, how cool is it going to be? Justin's here and Joey Logano wins the duel.
Well, I was sitting there thinking that. I really
Yeah,
was.
we thought
I was
about
like-
it.
But I knew I was sitting there, okay, Bush is second. I don't even remember who was third anymore, but I know Harrison Burke was up there, and they were all just, they're running the line. The 4 Fords were running together. It was McDowell in third.
Yeah,
And I'm
McDowell
like-
was up
It
there.
was McDowell.
He
I'm
almost
like,
won the motherfucker.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, here we are. We're running down the lap to winding down. I'm like, I know Joey's just sitting. He's stuck out there. So I knew he was going to be passed. I don't want to be leading. If I was ever in that situation, I don't want to be leading. I don't want to be.
I'd rather be the
This
attacker, not the defender.
Yeah. I mean,
Brad Keselowski last year.
yeah. But it's just, I do not want to be leading with this type of car, the type of
And
tactic.
if
The only benefit of leading would be they wreck behind you and you're
Yeah.
the leader.
And if you
Right.
watch the replay, the cars stayed super planted the whole time.
Yes.
It
And-
never looked like it shimmied or anything when it got sideways.
He's just-
Which this was the first instance we got to see one of the new NASCAR rules was NASCAR announced that they were going to video footage. They weren't going to do the loop rule.
No more
The-
loop rule.
No more last loop
it was
scoring
like the
rule.
moment of
The moment the yellow flies, the leader in that time,
Yeah.
and that was tonight. It was McDowell and Busher. Busher was down on the apron. They showed it on Fox.
Yeah.
Was Busher was leading, and it was a good teaser. If this comes down to the 500
Yeah.
win, they got to practice this tonight. It was like, hey, Busher was leading. The caution came out because at first they scored McDowell as the leader.
Yeah.
They scored McDowell as the leader, and then they reversed it and said Busher won.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, good. That's what I want to see. Class act back to Joey Logano versus Dale Jr. at Talladega. We all know Jr. was fucking leading. But back to the scoring loop, Joey Logano was leading. La-di-da,
Jeff
Logano.
Gordon?
Oh, I'm not even going to go there. But I like to
I
see
don't know who
the
you're talking about, Joey Logano versus Dale Jr.
Justin.
Do what?
Joey Logano versus Dale Jr. Kevin Harvick. Was it 2016, 15?
It was 15.
15. 2015.
When
when Kevin wrecked everybody in the field. Yeah. Joey won. Joey
Oh,
swept. Joey
yeah.
swept the break.
Yeah.
Junior was
yeah.
leading. Junior was lead. They went back and Junior's leading at the yellow, but the scoring loop showed Joey leading at the yellow.
It's almost like NASCAR was finally like, hey, we got like 5,000 cameras pointing at these cars.
Yeah,
We could just like look and see who is leading.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a little late, but it's glad it's a justice well served.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction. I love the scoring data. Are you okay, Rattlesnake?
I got the hiccups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have the hiccups. I don't know what
But
I should do
they
about
were
these
talking-
hiccups.
Just let him ride, dog.
I don't know if they were talking about it in the broadcast, but they were talking about it at the racetrack. The next rule I want to see abolished in NASCAR and never come back for all eternity is the yellow line rule. They brought it up and they said that Busher may be disqualified for passing below the yellow line, even though Joey
Was
there.
sideways.
And I'm like, Joey forced him there first off.
Yeah.
But they finally concluded that Joey did force him. Like, yeah. I mean,
I think it's
sit there and tell
time.
you, I am a Joey fan, and I would admit, yeah, he threw a block. He pushed Busher out there. Joey wrecked himself.
Yeah.
He wrecked himself. There's nowhere to blame but himself. He wrecked himself. Busher won the race clean and fair.
Yeah.
But they brought it up like, okay, Busher would blow the line. So what? I do not like that rule. I never have liked that rule.
I don't
It
either.
caused too much controversy in all these races.
Yeah.
It was like, stupid.
Well, how many wrecks have we seen? I mean, this is a whole nother episode. How many wrecks have we seen start because of the yellow line? It's like, oh shit, I can't go down there.
I mean, the
and then they wreck.
infamous Brad Keselowski Carl Edwards wreck was because
Yeah.
of that rule too. Because that's
Yeah.
a great one. I'm not going below the left line.
Yeah, you gonna spin, motherfucker.
Yeah, he just
Uh,
gonna spin him out,
yeah.
and that's what started that feud.
Yeah, I think we could all agree the yellow line rule could have some
I agree.
microscopic adjusting. But the boys are in Daytona. We're living loud.
Oh, yeah.
Daytona duels are here to stay. Whatever sponsor they may be, I'm not going to call them duels. I don't know what to call that. Justin, you had a blast at your first
Absolutely,
revamp
I
of
had a
Daytona. We didn't even go inside. We just listened and watched on TV.
Had a great time.
It was fucking amazing. We saw some friends. It's the first night in Daytona, and god damn, we had a blast. We're kicking this trip off, but first of all, this episode brought to you by this badass episode brought to you by Yeats Official, baby. The coolest shades in the game. If you're surfing, snowboarding, whatever you have, they have shades, they have goggles, and brought to you by yours truly at Chairgatin. The boys are hooked up. We're stunting down here at Daytona. I mean, if you catch up with the boys, we may be like just dropping some merch on y'all. We got some giveaways coming. EatsOfficial.com, Chairgatin, discount code 10% off. I mean, hey, we wilding down here. We're bringing it big. Daytona's here.
Look at these.
Dude, those are actually sick. Hold on, let me get those. But hey, Chairgatin does Daytona raw. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. No. So far so good. I got the hiccups. So
Matt's gonna have to go to bed soon. He's got the hiccups. He's an old man. But the boys are here. We got more friends join us tomorrow. Stay tuned. Check out Chairgatin on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. We're posting all kinds of wild, savage shit. The boys do Daytona. That's all I have to say.
peace.
Hey, shout out.